It's your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times, and I'm back with another episode of Hood Tales. In this video, let's take it to Gainesville, Florida, to talk about a heartbreaking case involving a young woman whose future appeared bright and promising before it all came to a tragic end. But before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss another upload. Stay tuned until the end to hear the full story. Everything in this video is alleged. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. According to friends, family members, classmates, coworkers, and people who knew her personally, Brooke Elizabeth Smith was the type of person who left a lasting impression on everyone she met. Brooke was beautiful and had the personality to match. She was described as bright, compassionate, hardworking, resilient, and full of life. In her early 20s, Brooke had already accomplished a lot. She had previously earned a bachelor's degree in business from Santa Fe College and was currently attending the University of Florida College of Nursing. She was only months away from graduating with her Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree in August of 2026. According to those closest to her, Brooke had dreams of becoming a travel nurse and using her education to help people across the country. But nursing wasn't her only passion. Brooke was also a certified yoga instructor at Apex Yoga Pad in Gainesville. People who attended her classes described her as energetic, encouraging, and uplifting. And when you look through Brooke's social media posts, she seemed like a typical young woman enjoying her 20s. She loved spending time with friends. She enjoyed traveling. She loved going to the beach. She frequented local coffee shops and food trucks. She attended social events. She celebrated milestones. She took pictures with loved ones. She was building memories while simultaneously building a future. From the outside looking in, Brooke appeared to be doing exactly what many young adults hope to do. She was pursuing her goals while enjoying life along the way. Unfortunately, everything would change on May 26, 2026. But before we get there, let's talk about a man Brooke crossed paths with that led to this tragic outcome. His name was Xavion Perry III. Xavion was 31 years old and lived in Gainesville. He was navigating life and making a way for himself. Records show he had a turbulent past, including previous legal issues involving theft and relationship conflicts. But Xavion seemed to be moving toward a better future. According to people who knew him, opinions about him varied. Many described him as friendly, laid back, and someone who generally got along with others. He was well loved by his inner circle. However, one friend who knew him growing up noted that something occasionally felt a little off beneath the surface, but nothing necessarily that would predict what would happen later. At some point after coming in contact with each other, Brooke and Xavion started spending time together. Publicly available information has never fully explained when they met or how deeply connected they were. Authorities initially described the situation as involving a relationship, but later statements from Brooke's family would challenge certain aspects of that narrative. We'll discuss that shortly, but as time went on, Brooke began to realize this wasn't the path she wanted to walk. She made the decision to distance herself from Xavion and transition away from whatever connection they shared. Officials stated this effort to create separation ultimately became the catalyst for what happened next. Everything came to a head on the night of Tuesday, May 26, 2026. Emergency responders were called to the Creek's Edge condominiums on Northwest 23rd Boulevard in Gainesville following reports of an altercation. When authorities arrived at the scene, they found Brooke suffering from critical injuries after being shot. Despite emergency efforts, she was pronounced gone at the scene. Investigators quickly pointed to Xavion as the primary suspect, stating the tragedy occurred because Brooke was actively trying to end their connection. What followed was an intense multi-agency manhunt. Xavion fled the scene in a black Dodge Charger heading east toward Central Florida through Volusia County. Within an hour and a half, at around 11:30 p.m., a license plate reader flagged his vehicle in Daytona Beach. Local police attempted a traffic stop, but Xavion sped off, sparking a high-speed pursuit that crossed over to the beach side. The chase finally ended near the historic Main Street Pier. Xavion abandoned his car, ran out onto the pier, and leaped roughly 20 feet into the dark ocean below. During this chaotic chase, he reportedly went live on social media, displaying a weapon and making explicit statements that he intended to end his own life. Because of the pitch black conditions, officers lost sight of him. 2 days later, on May 28th, his body washed ashore in Ormond Beach, with the medical examiner confirming he had drowned. With that announcement, the active search came to an end. However, public discussion surrounding the case was only beginning. As news coverage intensified, social media platforms became flooded with comments, opinions, theories, and speculation. On platforms like Facebook and Instagram, heavy rumors began circulating. Some users who identified themselves as knowing Brooke and Xavion claimed Brooke was allegedly living a double life, using Xavion for money, or knowingly transmitting a non-life-threatening, incurable health condition to him and multiple people, and not being remorseful when he brought it to her attention, alleging this was what caused Xavion to snap. It is crucial to emphasize that the rumors floating around comment sections are pure, unconfirmed online speculation, not official facts. And more importantly, absolutely nothing justifies tracking someone down and taking their life. Brooke's family also completely rejects this narrative. Her older cousin spoke out publicly to clear the air, stating that the media and the internet had the story entirely wrong. According to her public comment under an Instagram post highlighting the story, Brooke was not yet 24 years old. She also claimed Brooke and Xavion were never actually boyfriend and girlfriend. The cousin stated he was not an ex, and that the media reports describing the situation as a breakup or ended relationship were inaccurate. According to her, Xavion allegedly had become jealously fixated on Brooke and could not accept that she did not want him. The cousin further claimed that days before the incident, Xavion had allegedly been monitoring social media accounts connected to Brooke and attempting to track who she was communicating with. Unfortunately, when high-profile cases gain attention, people often rush to fill information gaps with assumptions. Sometimes those assumptions turn into rumors, then rumors become repeated so often that people begin treating them as truth. But responsible storytelling requires distinguishing between verified information and internet gossip. Even if every rumor circulating online turned out to be true, which has not been established, it would not justify what happened to Brooke. Disagreements happen, relationships end, people get hurt emotionally, people feel rejected, people feel betrayed. But as I said, none of those feelings excuse taking someone's future away. May Brooke Smith rest in peace. My condolences go out to Brooke's family, friends, classmates, coworkers, and everyone affected by this tragedy. My heart also goes out to Xavion's family. I'm sure this has been difficult for them as well. But what he did was inexcusable. Brooke had her whole life ahead of her. She should be remembered for who she was, her accomplishments, and not the circumstances surrounding how she lost her life. This story is just so sad. Now, before we end this video, I want to share a few thoughts. Looking at this case as a whole, it serves as an incredibly heavy lesson of the real dangers of relationship obsession and possessiveness. It highlights how incredibly volatile a situation can become when someone feels dismissed or rejected, and they lack the emotional coping mechanisms to handle that reality. Whenever an individual feels like they're losing control, their actions can become entirely unpredictable. Not everyone handles invalidation the same way. Not everyone responds rationally when emotions are involved. And sometimes people reveal sides of themselves that others never expected. But fam, now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this story? How can someone better identify these types of extreme fixation red flags before they escalate to a point of no return? Do you believe law enforcement got the relationship aspect of this case right? Or do you believe Brooke's cousin's account paints a more accurate picture? And when speculation and rumors flood social media after a tragedy, how much do you think it damages the memory of the person who lost their life? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, let's keep the discussion respectful. This is a heartbreaking situation with grieving families at the center of it. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of Hood Tales. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative and believe these stories matter, please consider liking this video so more people can see it. Subscribe for more stories like this that deserve to be heard. And most importantly, take care of yourself and those around you. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times. Until next time.